When you return to yourself, your standards change. And this is not because you think you're better than anyone. This is you finally understanding your worth. And when you understand your worth, you stop negotiating it. The woman in survival accepts what she has to. The woman returning to herself accepts what aligns. When you don't feel safe within yourself, you tolerate more disrespect, more inconsistency, and more misalignment. I've been in survival mode, okay? I know it very well. And what I do know is you don't know your worth. Life is constantly moving to and fro, continuously looping from one situation to another. And you've not yet learned the ability, the things that you need to control or navigate these reoccurring situations. That is your breeding ground for the mistreatment, because you're constantly looking, seeking the answers, the solutions, whatever it may be, outside of yourself. You've not yet realized that what you are seeking is you. The answers, the solutions, whatever it is, they lie within now. But once safety begins to live in you, your standards will begin to rise naturally, okay? So don't worry. You're going to be all right, girl. But let's talk about standards for a minute, okay? Because standards are not walls. The walls are built by fear. Standards are built by clarity, okay? Walls say things like, I don't need anyone. I'm not going to let anyone get close to me. But the standard says, if you want access to me, this is how I expect to be treated. If it costs me my peace, it's too expensive. Your peace now becomes non-negotiable. And I'm going to tell you right now, once you arrive at this point, your life will begin to change drastically. Okay? You no longer will allow just anything or anyone access to you. Now, let's explore what this looks like though, okay? What these standards look like. You stop abandoning yourself to be chosen. You no longer shrink yourself to make others feel comfortable. You don't chase clarity from people who are inconsistent. And there's no more over-explaining your boundaries. Remember, this is your life. You never have to explain to anyone why you are choosing you. Why you want better for yourself and your loved ones. Why you now choose to be co-creator of your world. This is your obligation and responsibility to yourself to integrate with your higher self so you can live the life that you were created to. So don't ever apologize for taking this journey. And also remember, when you find yourself here, you're right on time, because you can never be too late. Okay? Now, returning to her means you are no longer auditioning. Okay? This is not arrogance. It's not ego. This is alignment. This is you stepping into your natural ebb and flow. When you know who you are, you don't have to perform, okay? And I'm going to tell you now, this is something that always sticks out to me, especially now that I'm in this space that I am, right? And the knowing of who I am and why I am, what I was created to do and for, and all these things. I can absolutely remember studying people, you know, the way they move, the way they talk, the things that they did, and then trying that person on for size. I mean, literally. So don't feel bad if you are unsure of who you are. That is a natural part of life, especially, again, if you've not had certain covering, right? Certain support, certain guidance, direction. It's a natural response to mimic what you see others doing or being. You have no idea who you are. So it wasn't really until I began this journey and came to where I am now that I understood who I was. This is the whole point of us being on this journey, to figure that out. Don't worry about what you've been through and what has happened and what it has looked like thus far. Your time is now. Everything that you went through thus far was a part of your shaping and molding, so you could arrive at this point. Okay? So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. And the reason none of those things ever fit and never will is because you are the most beautiful. Do you hear me? The greatest treasure you will ever find. No one can ever be you. So until you discover who you are, until you return to who you are at your core, you will always be seeking. And the thing about seeking is, listen, seeking is a beautiful thing as long as you're going in the right direction. If you seeking outward, you're getting further away from who you are. But as long as you seeking this way, you on your way, sis. Okay? Now, where are we here? If you feel like your standards are shifting here lately, if you have any feelings, any nudges, please trust them. Start trusting them. That's your higher self. That's you activating that inner GPS guidance system. That's you tapping into the answers, the resources, the creativity, the talents, the gifts, the jewels, and things that lie dormant in you right now. Nothing is outside of you. Okay? Remember that. You are in your entirety. It don't always feel like it. It does not always look like it. But that is a part of the journey. And at some point, I promise you, it will absolutely feel better. It is going to become enjoyable. When you begin to see yourself returning, ooh, when that self-love activates and that light begins to shine, and you can now see your illumination in those dark places you have been through and may currently reside, I cannot express to you how great that feeling is, and you will probably not have another like it, okay? Because when I integrated, oh God, when I became her, when the old one and the new one became one, talk about the power in that. Talk about the power in setting yourself free, because this is absolutely what you are doing. You are currently unbonding and unchaining yourself to all these things that have kept you tethered to this low vibration for so long. Girl, get ready to fly. Okay, get ready to fly. So like I was saying, if you feel like your standards are shifting lately, don't panic. Okay? This is not you becoming more difficult, my love. This is you beginning to discern. And I will tell you time and time again, you absolutely need to be able to discern and decipher. Repeat after me. I am the standard. Hold that. Keep that. And in those moments where you feel shaky, and those moments where you feel like you're losing control, and those moments where you feel like things are slipping away from your grip, remember that this journey is not about you becoming someone new. This is about you returning to who you truly are. Bye bye.